What's up, y'all? It's Angie and I am back with another Red Cup Friday topic. So y'all, we are in for a good little old treat today. Kind of familiar, but a little bit different, okay? So I already told y'all, if y'all saw my TikTok, that a young lady slid in my DM. She's 25 years old. She's in a new relationship with her new man. Okay, well, I'm not gonna say it's a new relationship. Her relationship is now at a serious level, so it's like newly serious. Okay, the young lady says she was with her high school sweetheart from middle school up until her first year in college, and then they broke up and she lost her virginity in high school. Okay, and then she said this is her second partner, and this young man and her got together when she was, it sounds like, around 20 years old, and keep in mind now she's 25, and so they became friends, grew the friendship, grew it into a relationship. They started dating, and all this time later now they're in a serious committed relationship. Okay, what Lil Sis said was size is an issue, and what Lil Sis is asking me is, can I have a fulfilling sex life with toys if size matters, right? Okay, so y'all gonna get those kids up out of the room. Y'all know I'm not about to sit here and talk in front of them children now. So y'all gonna do what y'all gotta do. Come on back, let me get a sip of this cup, and don't forget, before y'all go, subscribe, thumbs up this video so I can know y'all are here. And also, y'all are welcome to drop into the comments at any given moment through this video. Stay at the very end so that I can tell y'all what conversations y'all need to have as a weekly assignment that I like to give y'all in order to better the communication on sex between couples. Okay, especially for us as Black women, we need to learn, and not just Black women but really all women, we need to learn to start having better communication so that we can learn to have better sex. And the only way we can have better sex, we first have to learn to address the issues that we're having in our bedroom. Okay, y'all go ahead and take care of that. I'll be right here when y'all get back. Alright, y'all, I am back, and y'all know I came prepared. Okay, so listen, based on what Lil Sis said to us, okay, we gotta go on ahead, and ladies, I'm not gonna give you all the numbers. I need you all, because I gave y'all this in another video, go on ahead and Google the average penis. Okay, I don't know if we can say penis here on YouTube, but shit, I just said it. Okay, go on ahead and Google the average penis. We are not dealing with men who have a 10, 9. When men lie and tell you that that's what's in their pants, sweetheart, that is not the norm. And even as Black women, yes, I think we have the bigger ones on our side of the team. Praise God for that. However, we do have average and we do have smaller guys. Now, what I gather from Lil Sis, okay, sis, if you watching, she has a very good head on her shoulders, if I must say so. She's a respectful young woman. She really does seem like she really cares about the guy and she loves the guy. However, her concerns, especially being someone young ladies, we never really know what's to come, what's coming up ahead. You always want to have that older sis or that older friend that can tell you, like, is this even reasonable? Okay, and so sis, I'm going to ask you, or I'm going to make these few little points, and I need you to do your homework, and I need you to really answer your own questions, because these are not questions that I can answer, and this is not a toy answer. I'm gonna say that not right off. Okay, first of all, the first thing you need to ask yourself is, do you have sexual chemistry, and does he turn you on? Okay, now my baby, before you can do anything sexually with a man, you have to first have chemistry, and you have to first be turned on. Now, I don't know, some people feel like some things can be taught or developed. My thing is, I really don't think so, and I am no expert. Okay, keep in mind, I worked in a toy store, and I'm almost 40 years old. Every time I've come across a person that I've had really, really good sexual chemistry with, the chemistry was there in the beginning. So that is not something that can be taught. Does he first make you want to jump on him? Aside from the part, okay, because I had a guy like that before. Trust and believe me, honey, I know where you at. He was fine, you know, we were able to talk, we got along very well, the conversation was a vibe, we had a little vibe going. However, the component wasn't properly working. So yes, I've been in that place before, not necessarily with size, but it just didn't properly work. But the sexual chemistry was there. Okay, so that's one. If you don't have that, pack up and run, honey. I mean, and I'm not telling nobody to leave their relationship, but throughout the rest of these questions, you'll be able to know where you stand. For me personally, because you asked me, if I didn't have sexual chemistry with a person, especially after we've been together for a while, we've talked, we've been friends, even before we crossed the line, and I'm not really sexually turned on, I personally wouldn't sign up to be in a long-term relationship. I'm not a person that's going to yield to temptation, but I know me and I know what I can and can't do. I know I'm not a cheating woman, but I know I'm also not a woman who's going to go forever without being satisfied. So that's just my answer to that point. Okay, next point. How big is his ego? Do you feel like you can talk to him about hard topics, or is he full of himself? Okay, sweetie, this is huge. Okay, remember the guy that I just referred to? This is a guy who was so full of himself, and whereas yes, we had really good sexual chemistry, yes, he knew how to turn me on, but child, the package was just not packaging. It wasn't working, okay? And for me, it wasn't like I said, it wasn't an issue of size. However, when I talked to one of my best friends, my sister, who's older than me, has also been in a long-term marriage, successful marriage, still is, for 30 plus years, right? I dreaded talking to her when I had this conversation, because she was telling me, you're gonna have to talk to him about it. The issue was, you couldn't tell his fool that he wasn't everything in the bedroom. The thing is, he just always talked about himself and who he was and what he was sexually. I couldn't bring myself to really have that conversation. And like I said, thank goodness everything fell apart before we had to have that conversation, because like I said, I can only give a man a couple chances to sexually disappoint me, okay? But the communication that you all have can really make or break this situation. If you can't talk to him and ask him certain questions about how is he satisfying you sexually, and if you can't give him feedback on how he's satisfying you sexually, later on down the line, when life gets challenging and life starts to try y'all, it gets challenging to have downfalls in the relationship, and especially in the bedroom. That is like one of the main threats that cause infidelity. Okay, so next point. The next thing you need to ask yourself is he open to toys, and how good is his head game? Okay, now ladies, y'all know from a grown woman's perspective, you are not going to meet a man that's good at both usually. In my life, I've only met one. Okay, only one who was really good at both. And I mean, I've had some guys that were really good at, the sex game was good and the head may have been okay. However, because the package is not the greatest, the main thing that you're focused on is, can I be satisfied? We all know that you can have one hell of an orgasm with oral sex. So at the end of the day, okay, just because he don't have everything that you want in all of the inches, okay, you can still find pleasure in good oral sex as well as getting a dildo. And if you want to ask him, if he's open to toys, that can also solve your issue. And no, you do have to be mindful that you cannot just use this toy to replace him, but you do have to teach him how to satisfy you using this toy. Okay, so next point. Ask yourself, are you really satisfied sexually? And if not, is sex low enough on your list of must-haves? Can you be faithful to him if the sex stays the way that it is? Okay, so now let me give you all some insight of a little bit of what's personal to me. When I got married, I knew enough about my ex-husband to know that I was satisfied sexually. I knew that I wanted things to spice up more, but at the end of the day, I went into the situation saying, if nothing ever changes, can I be satisfied with what I'm getting now? And the answer was yes. One, I had a man that had to be really, really comfortable religious wise before he would really just go all down up and through there. Okay, because like I said, he really, really put his relationship with God first. One of the things I respected about him, but when it came down to trying to test the equipment, okay, and the skill set beforehand, it was a little bit of an issue, because he just wasn't going to do everything and anything, especially outside of marriage. Okay, all that to say, sweetie, you got to ask yourself honestly, what kind of woman are you? And this is where you have to do the internal questioning, okay? If you know that you having a hard time when things get bad, or when you all have y'all little spats right now, if the first thing you're thinking is to go and be with someone else, chances are you will step out, okay? Now, it takes a serious discipline, and some people say that it's so hard, and I never understood what was so hard about keeping your drawers up. I never understood what was so hard about being in a relationship and staying faithful. It really wasn't that hard. I think it just depends on what kind of boundaries you have with your other friends, male friends, and how much you discuss about your relationship and your personal life outside to others. Okay, first of all, my male friends were all like brothers to me, so I didn't even have that gaze for them like that. There was certain things that were just off limits, certain topics that were just off limits for me talking to them, so they couldn't know what my challenges and concerns were if I just didn't go all the way out there in depth with what the issues were. You understand? And then if you have your friends that are like brothers, I mean, you do have to be mindful that you have to protect your relationship, because men will prey on your weaknesses and your downfalls if they know that there's an issue, and especially when they know that there's a problem. Most men are so full of themselves that they will simply sit there and wait their chance, wait their turn in line to slide right on in. But this is the last point I wanted to make to you, little sis. First and foremost, let me be real with you. And I should have started with this, okay? What women need to understand is, usually if you ask most grown women about their best sex partner, usually it's a man that they would never trust in a relationship. Usually that man lacks integrity. I will tell you the 100% truth. My bestest Hall of Famer that I can tell you, and I don't have this long list of bodies, but I do have a couple, or should I say a few in the mix that made the Hall of Fame list. They were just good at what they do. We just had great sexual chemistry. What I will say to you is this: I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with none of them. They all lack integrity. And I'm not talking about like being cheaters. I mean, they were poor communicators. You know, one guy, he liked to make himself seem like he wasn't a cheater by like causing problems so that he could go and do him, but then come back and act like he didn't do anything. Childish, stupid, would just shut down with communication. To me, you're just a clown that lacks accountability. Okay, you don't want to have a conversation to say, I still want to be outside, but at the end of the day, they try and manipulate an issue that wasn't even an issue in an effort to get that freedom to go outside. Another guy, he just seemed to have had too many people in his ear. He was too weak, and he lacked the integrity and the backbone that was needed for us to be a thing. Excellent in bed, but at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself the bigger picture. Lastly, if you know that you want something serious, what I will say is sex is not everything. You do have to weigh out the pros and the cons of what you have. And if you do all of that and you still want to go ahead and move forward with this man, or if you feel like you're somewhat satisfied, or at least if that sexual chemistry and you just really get turned on by your man, girl, get you a wine, get you a rose, get you a bullet, okay? Get you some lubes, child, and get to teaching this man. Talk to him and let him know that, you know what, there's something that's just not getting you off. You may not even have to let him know about the size. And ladies, y'all know one thing that we are taught is to be careful how we talk about a man and his. Okay, so that's what I have for y'all today, ladies. If y'all have come this far in the video, go on ahead and subscribe, like the video, okay? Don't be selfish, don't be cheeky, okay? Because y'all know we are growing the red cup community, okay? Y'all let me know what y'all put in y'all glass, okay? I don't know why everybody be telling me about fine wine when I find that the cheap wine tastes much better, okay? Because if it's nasty, baby, I just can't drink it, okay? So I'll see y'all next time, ladies. I love y'all. Bye.